Well, it's Sunday morning. You've got your comfy pants on. The coffee is hot. The pastries are fresh, and today we bring you the present-day story of a woman who left her religious life behind for the hottest band in the world. Sister Gertrude had always believed she was called by God. He showed her the path, one that led her to the church where she now served. She wanted to dedicate her life to God and spread His word. Now, it wasn't easy. There were days when Gertrude struggled with her beliefs. Moments when she questioned if she'd made the right decision. But every time doubt crept into her mind, she pushed it away. Faith, she told herself, is a journey, not a destination. And so she pressed on, comforting the sick, feeding the homeless, and praying for the lost. One day, while serving at a soup kitchen, she met a young man named Joseph. He was different from the other patrons. He had a kind face, gentle eyes, and a warm smile. That could light up a room. They talked for hours, sharing stories and dreams over bowls of soup. And Sister Gertrude found herself drawn to him, not just because of his good looks or charming personality, but because of the kindness that radiated from him. He treated everyone with respect and compassion, regardless of their social status or personal struggles. As weeks turned into months, Joseph became a regular fixture in Sister Gertrude's life. They would meet at the soup kitchen, volunteer together at the homeless shelter, and attend church services. Every conversation deepened Sister Gertrude's feelings for Joseph, but she pushed those feelings down, burying them under her religious duties. After all, romantic love was a distraction from her calling, a temptation that could lead to sin and damnation. Or was it? As she grappled with her emotions, Sister Gertrude began to notice changes in herself. Doubts about her faith, once fleeting, now echoed in her heart like a persistent whisper. The church, once a sanctuary, now seemed stifling, and the prayers that once flowed easily from her lips became a chore. One evening, while walking home from a late shift at the soup kitchen, Sister Gertrude found herself alone with her thoughts and her feelings for Joseph. The sky was filled with stars, and the city lights twinkled like distant fireflies. Suddenly, the lyrics of a popular song drifted from an open window, and Sister Gertrude stopped in her tracks. It was a song about unrequited love, and the melody hit home with a force that surprised her. As the song ended, another one started, this time a catchy tune by a popular boy band. The music was upbeat, the lyrics playful, and for the first time in a long time, Sister Gertrude felt a smile tugging at the corners of her lips. Drawn by the music, she walked toward the source, and there, in the dimly lit apartment, she saw Joseph sitting on a couch, mesmerized by the television. He was singing along, his voice blending with the music, and he didn't notice Sister Gertrude standing in the doorway. As the song reached its chorus, he stood up, swaying to the rhythm, and he looked directly at Sister Gertrude. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the only sound was the music playing on the TV. Then Joseph smiled, and Sister Gertrude's resolve crumbled like sand, slipping through her fingers. In that moment, she knew she couldn't keep fighting her feelings. She had to make a choice. Either abandon Joseph and her own happiness to cling to her religious life, or follow her heart and risk losing everything. It was a difficult decision, but as she looked into Joseph's smiling eyes, she knew what she had to do. Sister Gertrude approached the TV, her footsteps echoing in the sudden silence. When the song ended, Joseph turned back to his seat and noticed Sister Gertrude standing there, her face pale, her eyes searching his. "Joseph," she whispered, her voice trembling slightly. "I need to tell you something." He looked at her, his brow furrowed with concern. "What is it, Sister Gertrude? Is everything all right?" She took a deep breath, trying to steady herself. I can't keep this up anymore." His eyes widened in surprise. "What do you mean?" Before answering, Sister Gertrude sat down next to Joseph, her gaze fixed on the television. She knew there was no turning back. She had to be honest with herself and with him. "I love you, Joseph," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. The words hung in the air between them, heavy with emotion. Joseph stared at her, his expression a mixture of shock and disbelief. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The silence stretched, broken only by the distant hum of the city. Finally, Joseph broke the silence. I don't understand. Are you sure?" Sister Gertrude nodded, tears glistening in her eyes. "I'm sorry, Joseph. I'm so sorry." She reached out to touch his arm, but he flinched away from her, his eyes filled with pain. "Why? Why now?" he asked, his voice hoarse with emotion. "Why did you wait so long?" Sister Gertrude looked down, unable to meet his gaze. I didn't know how. I thought I could fight it, that I could ignore it. But I can't anymore. I have to be honest with myself, with you." She looked up, meeting his eyes with a newfound determination. "And I want to be with you, Joseph. I know it's sudden. I know it's a lot to take in, but I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me." She paused, her voice trembling slightly. "I'm giving up my old life, Joseph. I'm leaving the church." Joseph remained silent, his eyes fixed on Sister Gertrude. She could see the turmoil in his eyes, the conflict between his feelings for her and the shock of her confession. In the quiet moments that followed, Sister Gertrude's heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing the turmoil in her soul. She had spoken her truth, laid her heart bare, and now she could only hope that Joseph could find it in his heart to understand. After what felt like an eternity, Joseph finally broke the silence. "How could you leave? What about your vows? Your commitment to God?" His voice was laced with disbelief, as though he couldn't comprehend her actions. "I've given my life to the church. Sister Gertrude, how can you ask me to leave?" Tears welled up in her eyes, reflecting the pain in his words. "I am asking you to, Joseph, but not because I want you to. It's for me. I have to do this for myself." Her voice cracked with emotion. "I can't keep living a life that's not mine. I can't deny my feelings any longer." As the night wore on, Sister Gertrude and Joseph talked for hours, pouring out their hearts to each other. She told him about her doubts, her struggles with faith, and the knowing emptiness she'd felt for so long. He listened, his touch gentle, his eyes filled with understanding, and in his arms, Sister Gertrude felt a sense of peace she'd never known. When dawn finally broke, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, Sister Gertrude knew she had made the right decision. Leaving the church had been one of the hardest things she'd ever done, but it was also the most liberating. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, casting its golden rays across the city, Sister Gertrude and Joseph walked hand in hand, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Years passed, filled with both joy and hardship. Sister Gertrude and Joseph faced it all together, their love growing stronger with each passing day. They traveled the world, experiencing new cultures, meeting wonderful people, and creating countless memories. Through it all, Sister Gertrude never forgot the doubts and struggles she'd endured in her early years, and she became a beacon of hope for others questioning their faith. She started a foundation that provided counseling and support to those struggling with similar issues, helping them find their way back to the light. As the years turned into decades, Sister Gertrude and Joseph's love story became a legend, a testament to the power of following one's heart and embracing life's uncertainties. And when they finally grew old together, their hearts filled with contentment, they knew they had lived a life true to themselves, a life filled with love, laughter, and the courage to follow one's dreams.